I keep trying not to peek in the kiln so I can be genuinely surprised when I make my video, but it's really tempting. Okay, I have another kiln opening for you today. It's another big question mark. So what happened is I like to fire my kiln through the night because it's cheaper electrical. So I got up at 8 a.m. yesterday and I came out and my kiln was off, which was a bit of a surprise. So I checked through my peephole and it was kind of like a cherry red in there, and my kiln hadn't, my cone hadn't bent yet. I thought, oh, that's not good. So I turned it back on to high, and then it ended up running most of the day. So every time I peeked through the hole, my cone wasn't bent all the way down, but then I thought I saw the 7 bending. Maybe that was just, you know, wishful thinking or my grand impatience at work. But basically I fired my kiln twice for this load, probably to 5.5 both times. We'll find out when I see my cones, but it's just another big, like, fingers crossed, hope it works out. What we have to look forward to in here is my new mug that I'm really excited to look at. I was out at camp and my sister had this really great mug from the 70s that was tall and skinny. And I thought, ooh, that looks really good. So I thought I'd try and do some of those. I had to refire a couple things from the last load that didn't get up to cone 6, so I needed my vases to be vitrified, so I had to put them through again. I think that's mostly it, my new mugs. Oh, lots of test pieces for some of the new colors I've got, which again is like, kind of sucks that my kiln didn't quite fire properly because that can sometimes affect the outcome of glazes. So now I'm like, are my test tiles accurate? Are they going to show me what I should expect? Or is this what happens when you fire your kiln twice in a row? So, you know, kind of a big question mark today. But all that being said, let's get into it. I made another poppy mug. The first one was really well received, and I also made it in my new style. So here's the new style of mug with some poppies, and it looks fantastic. So let's just carry on the mug train. My classic and favorite glaze combo looks fantastic. And I've got 2 of those. I just wanted to try this out. It sort of looked like a tree with where a tree branch would have been. Turned out good. This is just one of the vases I had to refire. And my first test plate. Oh, that's really pretty. So what I did was I put 4 different colors underneath my new glaze called Milk Glass, just to see what it would do over these glazes. So some nice effects. And let's see what my cone did. Okay, so we can see my kiln dropped a bit early again because again there's a crack in that's the second, no, it's probably the 3rd or 4th in this pack that has had a crack. So there's nothing I can do about them. I do the little rolling test between my fingers, but this one passed. So 2 more vases that just needed to be refired. Holy moly. That turned out a little wild. It's actually a jar, but I fired them upside down and it just ran a lot and a lot of dripping. So that was micro pearl over rose quartz, but wow, it's a runner. White gloss over sandstone because I wanted my sandstone to not be quite as yellow. And now let's look at our cones. So my 5 is very bent. So this is the mystery to me. The 6 has not bent over, but the 7 is definitely starting to bend as well. So this is where my confusion was last night. I couldn't understand why my 6 wasn't bending, but my 7 also started to bend. So that I'm gonna take as my pieces did get a lot of heat work. So I'm just gonna do the water test in them overnight and see if they're vitrified and watertight. I'm optimistic they are. See you next time.